It does feel like another decade, a quarter or a half century ago. The roadster parked up above the deserted cove, a Raymond Chandler stretch of sand. I'm ash blonde with a troubled past, a husky voice, a line like "Kiss me, Mike."
We're in Venice at Beyond Baroque, the center of Southern California's literary arts. We're going to take a look at 4 poets and their take on the California voice.
Sharpen the wrong ones, but he'll do it anyway. You come stumbling out of the tumbler, shining like a stone, and I'm sweating a little by now, but you are.
In this segment, we meet poet Marsha de la O. Beyond Baroque is a convergence of words and has been for a very long time.
It's defining of the Los Angeles area in the same way and even beyond that City Lights is in the San Francisco area. But it occupies that same plateau, that same type of importance as a galvanizing center for arts and especially poetry.
Southern California poet Marsha de la O is an LA poet of place and psyche.
I identify way more with Los Angeles than I do with Ventura because I lived here and because I traversed it and I interacted with it and it formed me.
And when she says she traversed LA, she means it.
When I got the motorcycle, I was 16 and I was a loner and I went everywhere on it, you know, down Sunset to the beach, all the way down Wilshire, down Western to San Pedro, Redondo, here, you know, Venice, Pasadena, out Valley Boulevard and Ventura Boulevard and to the mountains, you know, all through Mulholland. I did Mulholland.
By poems of place, she includes herself as place.
When I write poems, I make things that are important to me, that have some bearing on my life, that allow me to have one, mastery of some aspect of it, but also relationship, to build relationship with it. The Southland's sizzling, no end in sight. The desert's full of bruised clouds, lightning strikes 100 times. Monsoons flowing up from Mexico, and I'm grateful to Mexico for whatever she gives us. Eyewitness news camera picks up a 7-foot shark in Santa Monica Bay. They send a helicopter with a zoom lens out, and the shark does look sinister. But Jess Marlowe assures us there's no real danger. It's a nurse shark. No danger at all, unless, he adds, it insists on nursing. Some of them are specifically about Los Angeles, but they're about Los Angeles and my psyche, or the relationship between the two. And so when you write the poem, you're building the relationship.
California contemporary poetry is informed by its own mythology.
It's a place of stunning natural beauty. And it's a place of myth, you know. I mean, California is, in a way, it began as a myth, and it's always carried in one way or another throughout the history of all our relationship with it, including even the Mexican relationship with it, which is the myth of Aztlan, and the Spanish relationship with it, which was the myth of California as an island, peopled by Amazons, you know, and then the myth of the gold. Not the stopped trains, not the ants streaming out to read the invisible, not the way the city struggled to restore coverage so the camera could zoom the crack from chimney to base, not the marriage of fire and water is the mane and the line crumpled together with a sudden understanding. California has always had that kind of bifurcated sense of itself, with a darkness, that a great beauty, and that beauty, well, as a Californian, I believe it is not ordinary beauty. I believe it is beauty of violent contrast, a sublimity. First a lunging, layers and layers of thunder, and yes, the swell of a wave, waters surge, a girl in a wooden chest on the rolling seas, waves not capped or foaming, chest drifting. Then the dead air of the house when it stops humming its secret mantras, and we're the only ones left with our little scalloped breaths. I've broken free, I whispered to the dead air.